So Queen and Slim, which is a debut feature from Melina Matsoukas, who's a Grammy Award-winning video and TV director, from a script by Lena Waithe, story co-credited to James Frey. Daniel Kaluuya and Jodie Turner-Smith are a couple who we first meet on an unpromising date on a diner in Cleveland.
Can I ask you something?
I don't know, can you?
Easy, I know good grammar.
Do you?
We're not in the classroom.
Are you gonna ask me a question or not?
What took you so long to respond to me?
I didn't realize that much time had passed.
I sent you a very well-crafted message 3 weeks ago. I spell-checked it and everything, got crickets. Then today, out of the blue, you hit me up asking if you want to grab dinner. What changed?
Normally, I would go home and have a glass of wine by myself, but I didn't feel like being alone. Not tonight.
You didn't have any friends or family you can call?
No.
So you turned to Tinder.
Yeah.
What made you pick me?
I liked your picture.
What?
You had this sad look on your face. I felt sorry for you.
Damn.
Which doesn't sound promising. I felt sorry for you. But it's a beautifully sort of set up scene. Then, as they're driving home, they get pulled over by a white cop. An altercation ensues in which the cop sees red and pulls his gun, with catastrophic results. And the next thing is they're fugitives. And they have this, sudden, what are we going to do? We'll head south. We're going to, attempt to sort of get to Cuba because they realise that what's happened, there is no way that they're going to come out of this in a good light, despite the fact that there's dash cam footage of it. And what then happens is a story which, on the one hand, puts a new riff on riffs that we've seen in films like Badlands, Bonnie and Clyde, which is very specifically evoked, Abu Dussouf, stories about, outlaw romances on the run. But what happens is that wherever they go, they find that their story, which has been sent around the media because there is this dash cam footage of it, has immediately established this kind of strange support network, which is almost like the old Underground Railroad, the way of slaves getting out of slavery and being transported from south to the north. And this inverts that by going from north to south. And there is a very knowing thing about the journey that they take. And the film then becomes an analysis of what the symbol of what's happened starts to mean to people, and how it's picked up by the media and it's picked up by the people that they meet, and people, start to believe that they're these kind of folk hero characters, Queen and Slim. So there's 2 different stories going on. One of them is about everything that's happening around them in the world and the effect of their actions in the world, and the consequences of their actions and what those actions inspire, albeit inadvertently, around the world. This all playing out against kind of backdrop of, racial tensions in the US. And on the other hand, this growing love story between these 2 characters who have been thrown together in this circumstance over which they had no control. I mean, you hear them at the beginning of that. You're not even sure whether they'll ever meet again after that day in which he says, I chose you because you looked sad and I felt sorry for you. And I think the film is really, really interesting. I think the performances are terrific. I think Daniel Kaluuya is brilliant. I think Jodie Turner-Smith is really, really great. I think it has a fantastic look to it. It's shot by Tat Radcliffe, who shot 71, the Yann Demange film set in Belfast, which is a really great film. It's got a brilliant soundtrack by Devontae Hines, Blood Orange. And the whole film has this dreamy, heady atmosphere. But the most important thing about it is that despite all the other things that are going on around it, and despite all the things that it's about and all the very sort of, very timely subject matter it's dealing with, it is at its heart a love story. And if it wasn't a love story, none of the other stuff would work. And the reason it does is because you believe in those characters and you believe in their evolving relationship and you believe in the world that exists between them. And as a result of that, you believe in everything else. And I think it's a really exciting movie, brimming with potential, not perfect, but the imperfections are all, for me, burnt out by the fact that it has such passion and power and brio.